Yup. Famo. Yo, check this out. Couple things I wanted to holler at you about. Just politicking right here. First, I want to talk about the programming from the Matrix. Because it's about that time. It's about that time to hop on out of this 3D Matrix and hop on into Ascension. So we're going to be talking about the 5D split, right? And we're going to also talk about how this is a test. This is a school and we came here to learn, right? So sit back, enjoy, puff on the L, do whatever you gotta do to relax, and let's get into it. Alright? Let's go. That's right, y'all. And just like that, we back. Welcome. All you wonderful, beautiful people. Shouts out to all the star seeds out there. Shouts out to all the chosen ones. Shouts out to all my crystalline beings. Shouts out to all you retainers too. If you're on your job, shouts out to you. You are the MVP. It's King Astro in case you didn't know. Now you know. For all y'all who wanna what? Wanna know. So here we go. It's about that time, y'all. It's about that time, and I know y'all can feel it. You feel me? I know you can feel it in the air. I can feel it in the air. I can hear it in your voice. You know what I'm saying? You can feel it in the air. Something is coming. Something is near. Something is close. Whatever it is, it's really close or it's already here. Because there's a lot of scrambling and moving around, as you can see. And what we want to do is just decode this whole matrix construct that we're living in. Because once you see this matrix for what it really is, once you can see through the veil and just see that this system that you're living in, when you look at the microcosm and the macrocosm of the inner workings of this systematic oppression that we are stuck in, which seems to be a loop, a program that just keeps going around and around in circles, right back to the beginning and starts all over. You know, it might be come in various different forms, it might upgrade a little, but it's the same thing. Once you can see that you're in a concrete jungle, because think about it, if everybody just left where they were and didn't come back for, I don't know, 5 to 10 years, what would you see? If the place wasn't maintained and upkept, you would start to see nature. You will start to see nature peeking through. Nature will take over. You know, the plants will start to grow on the side of the houses, maybe start to grow in the houses. Who knows? Nature will start to naturally take over. Because what are you living in? You're living in a jungle. You just got concrete and buildings and an illusion to make it seem like you're actually living in the world. But the real world around you is hidden. The buildings and the concrete and the sidewalks and the street lights and the cars, that's the illusion. Your job, work, you know, where you live, that's the illusion. Because if you took all that away, what do you have? Just nature. You just have what is left of nature. So we are in nature, we're just in a terraformed space that is made to control you and keep you in a box. And keep you going around in circles and control your movement. You know, that's what roads do. They control your movement, because very rarely do people veer off the course of the streets. You know, and they have signs of where you can go and where you can't go, and it's all controlled. So no matter what, you're stuck driving around and around in this bubble system, matrix that we call Earth. Now, what do we want to do? We want to go past this 3D matrix, right? We want to start deprogramming ourselves, because there's something right at the cusp. It's right at the door, and it's just, we got a little time left to push through these last few tests, and then we're going home, baby. But you can't make it to the other side unless you understand what's going on this side. You have to be conscious. You have to be fully conscious, right? In order to get to that level of consciousness, in order to start breaking down this matrix and deprogramming and reprogramming yourself. Basically, deprogramming is reprogramming, because once you start to let go of all this systems that's holding you back, all these constructs that are keeping you tethered to this reality, then you can start to evolve, then you can start to reprogram. So deprogramming is reprogramming, if you know what I mean. So let's talk about ways we can start to deprogram from this 3D matrix realm that we reside in. It's a pretty simple concept. You just want to clean out your temple. You want to clean out your mind and your body so you can get closer to spirit. Now, you already know the basis of my channel. I talk about that one thing. It's already in there, but we're not going to talk about that first. First thing I'm going to say for you to, in order to start to deprogram from this matrix, is what? That's right. You guessed it. Turn off the goddamn TV. Turn it off. Turn off the television programming. It's programming you. That's why they call it television programming. See, television, tell, lie, vision, tell lies to your vision. Programming, they tell you what it is. Don't watch the news, just turn that off. Don't watch the shows, it's all propaganda and programming. Now, don't get me wrong, stay informed. But if you really want to be informed, you don't watch TV. That's misinformation. If you really want to get informed, watch the real TV. What's the real TV? Right here. Right here where we at right now. Just watch it on YouTube TV. Because this is where the information is at anyways. You know, if you know how to slip through the cracks and find what you're looking for, there's a lot of information right here on you TV. You know what I'm saying? And this is where you want to be getting your information from. So stop watching TV, come over here, get your information here, and start feeding your brain the knowledge and things you need in order to ascend. Start getting knowledge of self, start getting your real history of who you are, what your lineage is, so you can know what you're here and your purpose is and what you came to do, and ultimately know what the fate of you and the people around you is going to be. You can't know where you're going unless you know where you came from. You dig? Stop watching TV. It's a joke. It's a joke, man. It's a joke. TV's a joke. You know what I'm saying? That's one way you can deprogram from this matrix. Another obvious way you can deprogram from this matrix, because part of deprogramming is just letting go of things that are keeping you tethered to this reality, right? Keeping your mind and your body tethered to this reality, in turn usurping your soul energy and keeping your spirit attached to earthly and unearthly things that are not really serving you at this moment. So obviously, a good way of deprogramming is semen retention, and just the basis of my channel. I talk about it all the time, and now, you know what? There's a lot of people that really do doubt the power of semen retention. They do doubt that the BIBLE, the basic instructions before leaving Earth, doesn't talk about it. They feel like, you know, Christ never really talked about it or practiced this, you know. They don't think the 1%ers practice this. You know, a lot of people don't see any point in practicing semen retention. Well, most of those people are not looking at this from a spiritual standpoint. Okay, and most of these people don't have any souls anyways. So if you feel like semen retention is not for you, it's not your thing, and there's no point in it, you gotta get off. You gotta, you know, watch porn and masturbate and let go of your seed, because your seed is not worth it. Then fine, that's on you. But I'm not gonna get on here and lie to you about anything that I've been through or my experiences. I've experienced nothing but greatness doing semen retention. Semen retention is the reason I do this in the first place. Semen retention changed my life, and it came right in time too, because right now a lot of us need to be practicing this. This is our inner light. This is what is going to feed your mind, okay? Because you have fluids that come from your brain, your cerebral fluids from your pineal and pituitary gland, the Ida and Inga, and these cerebral spinal fluids come down from your brain all the way down your Pingala. They travel down your spine, your 33 vertebrae, all the way down into your reproductive system. Now, this cerebral spinal fluid is very, very important, especially to your whole body and your brain, because it collects memory, collects information. As it's traveling down your spine, it's collecting information about you, all your organs, and everything around you, because your organs respond to your environment, right? So 33 vertebrae, 33 different organs. So as it travels down, it collects information, and after 33 days of not being disturbed, the cerebral spinal fluid, or as a lot of people call it in the spiritual community, this Christ oil, right? Because after 30 days it's been refined. If it hasn't been disturbed and you haven't spilled your seed, because it's mixed in with your seed, if it's been refined for 30 days, it travels back up the spine, and on the 33rd day, right, after it sits in After it sits in your brain for a while, for only 3 days, it goes back into your pineal and your pituitary gland. And what does this fluid does? It decalcifies your pineal gland. And this happens once a month. Every 30 days, once a month. 12 times a year. So it's not something that happens often, but there's a reward because your semen is reabsorbed into the body. So if you've been eating great, eating healthy, you get all these nutrients back. And it's the finest of the finest because in order to create the seed and create a whole human being, your body has to extract the finest nutrients, the finest of the finest. And not only that, it takes the cerebral spinal fluids mixed in with that, all that information. So this is how your semen and sperm is made. This is all the information that's taken from what you eat to the God fluid that comes from your brain. Because your brain produces this fluid out of nothing. It just produces it, and it produces almost a cup full, and this circulates throughout your whole body. So I just gave you scientific evidence of why this is beneficial. After it opens up your third eye, boom, now you can see past this matrix. So I just gave you a spiritual benefit. And it's mental too, because it also fires up your neurons and your 12 cranial nerves in your brain, right? Giving you insight, wisdom, understanding. You have a clearer mind. All these things happen when you don't destroy your seed, when you don't let your Christ oil flow out of you for no reason, when you don't waste this sacred semen. So don't waste it, y'all, because the longer you go, the longer you hold this in and practice holding in your semen and retaining your semen and not spilling it, the more you begin to shed the layers of the veils that's been put over your eyes and over your brain, because you're in a brain fog. When you watch porn and you masturbate and you let go, you're wasting brain fluid, wasting bodily fluids. So not only are you losing blood, because there's 40 drops of blood in every ejaculation. So not only are you using blood and you're losing vitamins and minerals, you're losing brain power. And that drains you and drains your energy, and you usurp your energy by watching porn. So you're losing physical and mental energy, and you're also losing soul energy. And now you open up yourself for demons to attach themselves to you, because when you watch pornography, demons come through the crystal screen and attach themselves to you, and that's why you always feel the need to go back, because that demon wants to feed on that energy. Okay? Believe it or not, there's spiritual beings that feed off of low vibrational energy. That's what feeds them and keeps them tethered to this reality. So you don't want to keep feeding those demons, alright? So let it go. No porn. The next way that I would say to deprogram from this matrix system: social media. Now hear me out, guys. Hear me out. I'm not saying go and delete all your social media. What I am saying is it'll probably be a good idea to deactivate it for a while. Deactivate it for 30 days. Okay? IG, deactivated. TikTok, you don't stop, deactivate that. Insta, Twitter, just, stay up. Well, Twitter is not really, well, I don't know too much about that, but you know what I mean. for the most part, you need to just give that a break, especially IG, because IG is gonna make you it's gonna make you relapse. And a lot of the stuff on social media is propaganda anyway, unless you're following, unless you go into these sites to get knowledge of self and elevate your mind, or you're teaching and trying to wake other people up. Just stay off social media, because you know, watching other people live their life, and then you start feeling that you should be doing the same, and then you try to do the same, and then you fall into the trap of trying to impress whoever, people you don't know, just for likes, you know, just so people can say, oh look, he's doing something, or he's somewhere, or whatever, wearing this or that, all for attention. And all that attention whoring, yeah, it's just gonna keep you tethered to this 3D matrix. So if you got a big ego and you seek a lot of validation, and you're thirsty for likes, and you do anything for the clout, you're stuck in this 3D matrix. So you just need to get off social media in order to shed all of that, all that desire to show off to total strangers and people that don't matter, and people that probably don't really care. At the end of the day, if you ain't selling nothing, making no money, you just on there wasting time, just being nosy. Ain't nothing wrong with that, but you know, stop being too nosy and just gain some knowledge. Go on social media to get some knowledge. That's what I would say. Get some knowledge about how you can get out this matrix. Get knowledge about the truth, about what's going on around you. You feel me? Right. More ways we can deprogram from this matrix. Famo. I hate to say it. Well, I do love to say it. You gotta stop drinking. You gotta stop smoking. Okay? Because drinking obviously is not only effing up your whole body, it's effing up your whole mind too. And smoking, obviously, you know what smoking does. Smoking cigarettes weakens your immune system, and it gives you a brain fog, and it lowers your aura and has demons attached to you, because smoke invokes spirits. So that kind of smoke will keep a lot of spirits around you and keep you addicted. And the more you smoke, the more you drink, the more you are stuck in this 3D matrix, because you're vibrating really low. Trust me, I know. I ain't just saying to be saying it. But yeah, drinking, smoking, all that's just gonna keep you in the same loop of this matrix program, because it keeps your vibration low and it keeps your brain stupid. So if I were you, especially with the times that we're in, with everything that's going on, you know, you got the Crown Venom 19 going around. You got everybody getting the Jamba Juice. You know what I'm saying? The Jab Judah, the Pokey Stick. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you really don't want to be. You really don't want to be drinking and smoking, because it's about to be that season. And if your immune system is weak, and you're smoking and you took the Jamba Juice, you're just gonna be in for a lot of hurt. So you know it's the season. Summer's going around. That Crown Venom. And yeah, smoking and drinking is just gonna weaken your immune system and make you susceptible to catching anything that's out there. You don't want that right now. You want to be in as tip-top shape as possible, because anything can happen. And if you're in a weakened state, you know, I don't know what to tell you, but We're moving in those times. Something is here, and something is about to take place. So I just feel that now is the window of opportunity for us to clean our bodies, clean our mind, clean our souls, and get right with God or Most High or Yah, whatever you believe in. Get good with yourself. But if anything, you know, use discernment to know what's right or wrong, and try to walk on the path of righteousness right now, because I feel like that path of righteousness is what's gonna get us through these hard times. Nothing else but righteousness. Okay? And we can talk about what that is, but I'll save that for another video. But we all know what righteousness is. You all read the basic instructions before leaving Earth. So you all know what righteousness is, and you know, semen retention falls in line with the righteousness. Righteousness is just doing the right thing. You know what the right thing is, living right. Okay, so the matrix deprogramming is a righteous programming. Because once you deprogram, now you start to reprogram yourself. Again, on the path of righteousness. Okay, which is pretty much doing your best to live as clean and wholesome as you can. And all y'all know what y'all need to do. Y'all know what y'all need to do. You know what's holding you back. You know what's keeping you down. You know this. But if you need to be reminded, so be it. Alright, and let's get through it. Other ways we can get through this matrix deprogramming. Exercise, of course. You gotta exercise your body, get your body strong. Sweat out all those toxins. You know, open up your lungs again. Exercise. You know, I don't care if you go jogging or running or cycling. Just get out there and get your body moving. You know, I don't care if you go dancing, just get your body moving, get sweating, sweat out all those toxins, sweat out all those nanos, right? And it also helps to clear your mind. You know, when you exercise, you get to thinking, get to pondering, and hopefully if you're on your semen retention, your mind is starting to open to what's really going on around you and what path you should be focusing on. You hear me? Right, let's see what other ways we can deprogram. Let's see. Obviously, what you eat. You are what you eat. And I always encourage a plant diet. Now, I'm going to just give you a disclaimer. Being on a plant diet is not easy. Okay? Being on a plant-based diet is not easy. You have to kind of prepare yourself. Prepare. You know, learn how to prep food, you know. Do a lot of research. There's a lot of trial and error. You can't just wake up to the next day and be like, okay, I'm vegan. It's a process. Do your research. Find out what works. You're going to have to learn how to prep and cook. And you're just going to have to build up your affinity and your tongue palate to getting used to eating fruits and vegetables on a constant basis. Right? There's plenty of things you can eat, you know, watermelon, oranges, apples, bananas, peaches, pears, grapes, cucumbers, salads, different types of salad, you know. I wouldn't say eat too much meat products because you already know what comes with that. These animals want to live. There's a lot of blood in it, so try to eat things that don't have blood in it. You know, you can do eggs here and there, but I wouldn't do too much. You can do fish here and there. I wouldn't do too much. But for the most part, everything else, grains, rice, beans, quinoa, oats, stuff like that. And trust me, you're not gonna be losing out on nothing, because all the strongest animals in nature, they don't eat meat. Yeah, you got the lion, he's strong, but he can't take down a rhino. He can't take down a hippo. And those are meat eaters. And they really strong. How do they get that strong if all they eat is plants? You know, how does a giraffe get so big and strong when all it eats is plants? Feel what I'm saying? So it is what it is. But before you get on a plant diet, just make sure you know what you're doing. You plan it out. It takes a lot of hard work, but once you get into a groove of it, you'll be just fine. And eating plant food is a way to keep your vibration high, because you're getting the electricity from fruits and vegetables. And that also feeds your mind and just keeps you in a high vibration, and that's going to make you want to do better for yourself and want to find out the truth about what's going on. Because that meat keeps you tethered to this 3D matrix, you know? Whatever kind of torture or trauma those animals went through is just going to transfer to you. Now you got that karma stuck on you, and now you're stuck in the matrix. Because you are what you eat, and if you're not feeding your mind, your body, and your soul earthly things, then obviously you're going to be stuck in the matrix. You're going to be tethered to this 3D reality. So start to eat light foods so your body can become lighter. Alright? One of the best ways I feel like deprogramming from this matrix is fasting. Now, a lot of people do fasting for health reasons, or to lose weight, or to curb their food diet, but fasting is a spiritual thing. Fasting is purely spiritual. So before you go fasting, of course, you gotta make sure that you can. Make sure your doctor says it's okay. And then you gotta plan out what kind of fasting you want to do. There's different types of fasting. You can do fasting for a day. You can do fasting for 48 hours. You can do it for 72 hours. Just 3 days. You can do it for 5 days. You can do it for a week. Some people do fasting where it's dry fasting, where they don't eat and drink nothing. I wouldn't do that for too long. Maybe 2 days, 3 days max. Some people do fasting where all they drink is water. I wouldn't do that for more than 3 days max. And some people do fasting where they just drink fluids, water and juices. You can do that for 3 to 5 days. Some people do a fasting where all they eat is just fruits at a certain time of the day and drink water. The kind of fasting that I do, but I wouldn't recommend to everybody, but the fasting I do is a daily fast. I only eat after a certain time of the day. So I only eat after 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. And throughout the day, I'm drinking water or drinking juice or snacking on fruit. I can have an apple there or an orange here or a banana there. For the most part, throughout the day, it's just fruits and water. Then I eat a whole meal or whatever I gotta eat in the evening, and that's it. So throughout the day, my body is taking in something good and detoxing itself. And then my body doesn't have to work to digest food all the time. Because when your body's constantly working to digest food, that's also keeping you tethered to this 3D reality. because it takes too much energy, a lot of energy, and that's draining. So if you, everything that's gonna help you get out this matrix is energy conservation. Semen retention is energy conservation. Not watching the TV program that's draining your energy is energy conservation. Not watching porn, energy conservation. Not giving your energy to social media, energy conservation. Not drinking and smoking, energy conservation, because those things drain your energy, to take away from your energy. Exercising, it's giving you more energy. Plant diet, giving you more energy. You get it? So fasting give you more energy because it's letting your body detox, and it's also giving the digestive system a rest, because it takes a lot of energy to digest food. So when you give your digestive system a rest, now you have more energy for your body to do other things. So like I said, I fast every day. I would say if you want to start, just pick a day out of the week and just fast that day. So you do on your regular degger, then one day out of the week you're gonna say, hey, I'm gonna fast all day, I'm not gonna eat nothing to this day till tomorrow. Or you just fast the whole day and don't eat nothing to a certain time that day, and just start out that. Do that every week. Build it up as you go. I know you can do it. Stay vigilant, my people. Stay vigilant, my star seeds. Just trying to drop some crown jewels on how we can get out this system, how we can get out this matrix. But it starts with you. You gotta start working on yourself. Cleaning your body, cleaning your mind, clearing out your soul, having a clean spirit. Another way to deprogram from this matrix and start to reprogram yourself. Get out there and get some goddamn sun. Alright? Sun gazing is the best way to deprogram from this matrix. Well, one of the best ways. Because when you are out there getting the sun, you're getting downloads from the sun. Now the sun is always trying to wake people up. It's always trying to pull people into a higher realm. Okay, because the sun is a detoxifier. Okay, UV rays from the sun is a detoxifier. Not only that, it's a DNA changing wavelength that comes from the sun, which is UVC radiation. So not only is your DNA changing and getting upgraded by the sun, you're also receiving downloads about your environment and what's going on, because the sun is always going to correct everything. Just look at nature. The sun keeps everything in check. So the sun is trying to keep you in check too, and trying to remind you of who you are. That you came from the sun. You are a sun child. And you should be feeding on the sun, because the sun feeds earth. The sun feeds everything. Without the sun, there will be no life on earth. So get out there and feed on that sun as much as possible. And if you can't stare directly at the sun, it don't matter. Just, you can stare at the sun with your eyes closed, and you get the same effect. Another way we can deprogram from this matrix, let's see. Now this is very important. You definitely want to meditate or pray or whatever. Meditate, pray, clear your mind, center yourself, balance out your energies, and meditate on the truth. Meditate and yearn for the truth. Seek the truth. Pray about it. Study the Bible. Basic instructions before leaving Earth. Read about it. Listen to it. Listen to some audio about it. Listen to some people breaking it down. Because once you really understand what that book is talking about, that book is going to tell you everything you need to know about this matrix system you live in, the wicked ones that run the system, and what you need to do in order to ground yourself and survive and get out this system. But we all trying to make it out, right? And that's why I'm doing this video right now. Meditate, pray, read the Bible. Okay? And the last thing I want to really say on deprogramming from this matrix, and I'm not a medical doctor, I'm not a scientist, it's just my personal opinion, alright? You do whatever the heck you want, okay? But just know that if you do decide to go get the Jamba Juice, the Jab Judah, the Pokey Stick, that Crown Venom, if you decide to take the Snake Bite, just know that that's going to keep you tethered to the 3D Matrix system. Okay, it's going to be hard to break the system when you got the Jamba Juice running through your veins, you feel me? It's going to keep your vibration down, it's going to keep you in a lower state of being. If you can, avoid it. Now, I'm not telling people what to do, but if I were you, I would do everything I can to avoid it. Because that's definitely going to keep you from Ascension, which is what I want to talk about next. We want to ascend out of this 3D matrix. So by deprogramming yourself, you're reprogramming yourself. In order to ascend into the next realm, because the earth is moving into the next realm. The earth is moving into the 5th, 6th dimension. It's already there, and it's trying to pull us with it. But we all have to be at a certain frequency and vibration in order to ascend with the earth. So, what's this ascension about? The earth is splitting. And you can see it's going to be divided right down the middle. You see what's going on. We got the jabbed against the unjabbed. The poked against the unpoked. So right there's a split. It's not a common interest, it's a split right in the middle. So that's what Earth is going to do. The Earth has already made a choice. Hey, if you want to go this way, go that way. But Earth is going this way. And it's taking those who choose to come with her. And this is the 3D versus 5D. Because when you're stuck in 3D, you already know you're stuck in the matrix. But when you shift over to 5D, this is when you've done your shadow work. You're shedding all those demons. You're fighting your addictions. And you're raising your vibration and your conscious level. You're seeking the truth. That's when you start to move into 5D. You have to be fully conscious in order to come into 5D. You have to really seek the truth of where you're at and what's going on around you. Because it's all about vibration. That's the difference between the two earths, is the vibration. And if you're vibrating low, then you're going to be affected by all this 3D mess that's going on around us. If you're vibrating high, you're going to pass through all this. It's going to pass through you. It's a mindset thing. It's all about your consciousness. Where is your conscious level? You know, are you still feeding the system? Are you still putting your energy in the wrong places? Are you still waking up thinking about money, thinking about food, thinking about sex, earthly things, thinking about the next car you want to get or the next house you want to buy? These are all 3D matrix programming. Because in 5D Earth we don't need all that. In 5D Earth we don't work for money. Money does not exist. We don't work to pay bills. We have free energy. and everyone has food and shelter. The earth provides food. So that's what I'm saying. It's a 3D versus 5D thing. It's a mindset thing, and it's a vibrational thing. Also, it's a frequency thing. Which frequency do you resonate with? Do you resonate with what's going on in this reality, or do you resonate with what's going on in the next reality and the reality that we want to create? Because that's what it is. It's creation. Those who are stuck in 3D are not creating. They're kind of just going along to get along. Those in 5D are creating the reality and pulling this 5-dimensional, 6-dimensional existence into reality. Because the rapture is here, people. The rapture is about to happen. Okay? And you don't want to be left behind. I don't want to be left behind. So I'm doing whatever I can to get my soul and my spirit right. Because if Earth is going to make a swift change and take those who are not vibrating on this level out, then I need to be on the right frequency. I need to be in tune with Mother Nature. I want to be in tune with Earth. I want to be in tune with the cosmos. That's where I'm at. That's where my frequency is at. And that's where you want your frequency to be. Because we got to get out of this karmic loop. So right now, you know, you got to do your shadow work to get through this karma. Because if you don't, then whatever happens, you're going to just be reincarnated. You're going to be reincarnated right back into a 3D reality and to have to do this test all over again. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to graduate. I'm ready to ascend. I'm not trying to repeat the same grade. This is why I say this Earth is a school. This is a test right now. This is the test. We've been taking tests, but this is the final test. To see whether you value your vessel, to see if you value your body, you value your ego, or do you value your soul? Do you value eternity? And you have to know who and what you are in order to know what you value the most. Most people just think that whatever I'm looking at, this body, that's them. This eyes, this nose, you know, that's them. Yeah, that's you in the physical reality, but you're much more than just a physical body. You're a spiritual being. You're a soul being. You're pure energy. Stuck in human form, stuck in a 3D matter in order to have this experience in this reality. Because this reality is densified, but now Earth is shifting into a more spiritual reality. So what are you going to do? You're going to be stuck in 3D, or you're going to be moving to 5D? Because all this was a test. Earth is literally a stage. Okay? And BIBLE is a script. And you're just playing out your role, playing whatever role that you chose to play in this reality. But you only have a certain roles. You only have a few roles. You know, not too many people can come up with a whole brand new role. You know, because you're given a role to play. You can either go this way or go that way. You go to school and do that. Go to school and become this. Go to school and study for that. You know, very rarely can you go to school and come up with a new curriculum or a new degree to study. You gotta do what's there and what's available and what's given to you. So you have to go through those stages of illusion, right? But just like school, Earth is a school too. Go through different stages, different classes, different levels. But then you have to get to a point where you graduate, where you said, okay, I got this. Now I'm ready to move on to the next level. And this is where we're at. We're right at the cusp of moving on to the next level. AKA leveling up. AKA upgrading. Just like your phones do. Just like, you know, your phones upgrade all the time, every 6 months. What do you think you're doing? You're upgrading too, as long as you're doing the work. So we came here to learn lessons, right? A lot of lessons to learn. A lot of them are going to be learned the hard way, but right now we're in a time where there's going to be a cutoff point where there is no more tests. This is the final test. Are you going to try to gain this world and lose your soul? Or save your soul and lose this world? Because you can have all the stuff in this world that you want. You can have all the VJJ, all the money, all the cars, all the clothes. But when you go, you can't take that with you, so what is worth more to you? Earthly possessions? Or getting to spend eternity the way you want it? To spend eternity living. That's why they say eternal life. You can get to travel the cosmos and go anywhere you want and be whoever you want to be, and not have to worry about diseases or evil. You become a whole new being, And this is what's happening right now. We're getting to the point where we're actually going to become a new type of human, which has never been done in history before. Never. Okay, humans have existed and evolved, gone through things, but right now, what we're about to go through is a new type of shift that's never happened before. So get ready, y'all. Get ready. Do the work. Because you don't want to be on the other side looking at those who made it and wishing you would have done the work. Because by then it's going to be too late. Trust me. You don't have enough time left. 2021 is 2012. 2022 is 22. And 2023 is 32. We're going to the future. So I would say you have now and between the end of next year, December, to really get it straight. And it takes almost up to a year to become a whole new person. So you want to get on your job now and start deprogramming. Okay? Start deprogramming, because us going through what we're going to go through is going to trigger our spirituality. And that's what's happening. This test is supposed to trigger your spirituality. It's supposed to get you to the point where you really start to seek out your higher self. Because a new earth is coming. A new earth is here. We're going to have a new body. It's going to be a new beginning. Right? And we're going to look back with no regrets and say, man, I'm so glad I did the work. I'm so glad I put in the time to really open up my mind and expand my consciousness and break down this veil. Not only break down the veil, I was able to wake up other people and bring them on this journey with me. But it's levels to this shit, and in order to get to the top of the level, you gotta go through the stages. You have to deprogram and reprogram. Get your mind, body, and soul right so you can ascend and start vibrating on a different frequency. And just be aware that this is a test. And this is stage, it's an illusion. Everybody's playing a role. From your teachers, to your doctors, to your lawyers, to your police officers, they're all playing a role. Because once everything stops, once this system shuts down, ain't no more roles to play. You can't fake the funk. You're gonna have to go back to your natural self. And that's what we're doing. The earth is returning itself back to its natural state because it's been damaged for way too long. We totally mistreated Mother Earth. And she's not happy. That's why tornadoes and floods and hurricanes is happening everywhere. That's why the West Coast is on fire. And that's why the sun is heating up. It's not taking any joke. Letting off them CMEs, coronal mass emissions, and EMPs, electromagnetic plasma pulses, which is changing our DNA every 8 minutes, upgrading us. Right? So we have a whole new beginning, exciting times that we're in right now. Don't sleep on these times. Don't miss the bus. Don't miss the train. Something is happening. I can't pinpoint exactly what it is. I have different ideas. I just know that there's ships in the sky. It's sitting up there. Okay, there's a huge ship behind the moon. And they are ready to talk to our leader. They want to holler at the GDs. They want to holler at Larry Hoover. That's all I know. I know that there's beings here. And they're here and they're ready to tear this ish up. And they just waiting for the signal. And whenever that signal hits, whenever those trumpets blow, who knows what's going to happen. They're either going to come here and start offing people. And if you're not vibrating high or you haven't been doing your job, you're gone. That's it. Or they're going to come here and take people out and leave the rest of the world to destroy itself. Either way, the only way to make it out of here is righteousness. And how do I know? I feel it in me. I just feel something. Something is telling me this is, you have to change now or it's going to be too late. So, you know, I'm doing my best. I hope y'all doing your best. I need help. We all need help. And I really do enjoy talking to y'all and, you know, letting you guys inside my mind. And I know some of the stuff might sound crazy and nonsensical, but it all makes sense. You know, one day you'll see that everything that I'm saying is true. You know, there are beings here. You know, our ancestors are here, and they're coming to clean up. They're coming to clean house, and they're coming to pick up those who've been doing the work. There's an elect and there's a select. You know, those who've been elected are going to be picked up. Those who've been selected are going to have to be here to do the work. And follow the elected, you know, and learn from the elected of what to do in this next coming phases of Earth that we're about to shift through. Okay, I've seen them, and I know they're out there, and I just know that something is about to happen, or something is happening. There's wars in the sky, because as above, so below. Because things are ramping up down here, and you can see it. And I just hope and pray that y'all stay safe out there. Y'all keep your wits about you. Deprogram. Get ready for Ascension, and just know that this is a school. And I hope we all pass the test, because I want to see all y'all on the other side. Alright. To my fellow star seeds and crystalline beings, chosen ones, y'all be safe out there. Alright? Stay on your righteous path. Stay on your semen retention game. Alright? This is King Astro for all y'all who wanna who? Wanna what? Wanna know? So let's go. I'll holler at y'all. Just know if no one told you, I love every single one of y'all.